Institute of Technology. Mahubali Swati. Is he there? Is she there? Okay. Next is Koni Suchi from Aditya Institute of Technology. Next we have Marupu Siddhartha. Marupu Siddhartha from Aditya Institute of Technology. Contestant number 3. Contestant number 4, we have DK Nitesh Kumar, teacher Bhubaneswar. DK Nitesh Kumar. Contestant number 5 of group 3, Shamya Taskin. Shamya Taskin from Christ College, Qatar. Shamya, are you there? Okay. Then we have Jyotirmay Das, Jenkanal Mahila Mahavidyalaya. Jyotirmay Das. Contestant number 7, Pratima Kumari from Toronto College.
Wonderful.
Pratima Kumari, Toronto College. Then we have contestant number 8, Avinash Kumar from Toronto College, Jharkhand. I request for a huge round of applause for the contestants. Contestant number 9 is Bhavna Bhukishta. Bhavna. And contestant number 10 is Swagat Mohan Mishra of High-Tech Medical College, Bhubaneswar. Swagat Mohan Mishra, High-Tech Medical College, Qatar. Bhubaneswar. And I request the volunteer to come forward, and I would ask the coordinator of Yugma 2025 to pick up the sheet. Okay. Sir, can you please help me? Amrita, please come forward.
Group 3. What is group 3? Yes. Bagadam. Oh, beautiful.
The topic for the GD round is work is worship. Asif sir, are you ready?
Oratory. I'm from Malaysia Institute of Technology and Science. Here's the topic is work is worship. Work means it's a hard work. When starting only, we should work hard. Then only the succeed in your life. Then we should have education. First, we will speak about education. Education is the most primary pillar in us. If you work like hard and if you everyone should be born with spiritual purpose. And if you work it like a worship and devotionally and religious purpose and powerfully. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. And my topic is work is worship. It is a profound philosophy that elevates our daily tasks to a sacred level. To put all efforts on work, it will lead to success. And when we approach our work with devotion, dedication, and discipline, we will lead many achievements. So, it can lead to success. Work is worship, and it itself defines our ability to find ourselves to a great level. And having great work would
Good afternoon, my dear dignitaries and my dear friends. Work is worship is my topic. Here, work means an act of devotion. We look heart and hands for value and beauty. Find purpose and fulfillment on work. First of all, a person has to love the work and do the work. Then he can fulfillment his results and goal. Work plays a vital role while he doing the work. He can love the work first. Then only he will get succeed in that work.
Good afternoon, everyone. Work is worship. It basically tells the doing work with full dedication and working hard. APJ Abdul Kalam once said, "The work which we do, the work which we work hard, is the benefit. The benefit we get is the worship. It builds a relationship between the working we do and the results we get."
Good afternoon. I am Shamya Baskin. Work is worship. It highlights the value of dedication and sincerity in one's work. It means that when we approach our work with compassion, honesty, dignity, commitment, it becomes as sacred as worship. This philosophy encourages discipline, hard work, and a sense of purpose in everything we do. Like Sri Ma once said, work done with sincerity and devotion is the truest form of prayer.
Everybody in this room have listened this line from at least one of the elders. Beta, you should work hard to be independent. People usually work to make a means of livelihood, but to get indulged and be passionate, sincere, to work itself is a type of spiritual liberation. Worshipping the work is not only to develop your character, but also help and play a major role to develop our society and surroundings.
Thank you. My name is Sandra. Today's topic is work is worship. Currently present, of course. Giving service to each other, helping each other to grow is basically a service to God indirectly. It's a great gratitude, a token of love and respect towards the nature. Basically, returning the favor of God to Him indirectly. God is really a worship. Thank you.
A very warm greetings to all of you. Those who dare to imagine the impossible are the ones who will bring all the human limitations. From the ancient times, any great civilization who have ever succeeded are succeeded due to the hard-working people, and they are patriotic in their nature. To succeed in any field, we need to work hard and emphasize on our work. When we are fully devoted and fully encouraged on our work, we will surely succeed in our life. Thank you.
ठीक ଅଛି କୁହ।
कर्मण्यवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्मफलहेतुर्भुः मा ते संगो सुखकर्मणि. Meaning that work is something that we should relentlessly do without overpressuring our mind or overburdening our mind with the expectation of results. Because believe me, everybody present here, karma never goes in vain. You won't even realize sometimes in life, in unexpected ways, the results of your karma and your deeds are coming to you in unknown ways that you'll be thankful for and grateful for in unknown ways and unexpected means. That's all.
Greetings, esteemed jury and my fellow participants. कर्म ही सत्य है और कर्म ही पूजा है. Devotion to your work is devotion to God. A man will always be judged based on what he has provided and what he has done to serve his society and his family. Work is discipline, and discipline is what makes a man perfect, and perfection is what we seek. To work devotedly is to devote yourself to your God, and that is what makes it salvation. Thank you. Open.
First of all, when you find work, it's important that you need to understand that majority of the time you spend doing that work. So you have to do what you love, like what you're passionate for. You just cannot live up to someone's expectations. My parents said this, so that's why I'll pursue this. This is according to someone, this is good, and that's why I'm pursuing this. So that's very harmful because majority of the time you spend working.
As I have said, any nation or any from the ancient times, any nation which have ever prospered in their countries, way of economy, or we can say that the prosperity by GDP or everything, they worked hard. The people of that country worked very hard and sincerely. For example, a country comprises of nascent core islands, comprises only 1.5% of world population, is the fourth largest economy of the world. Yes, you are right. I am talking about Japan. Because their people are, the citizens of Japan are more patriotic, hardworking, well disciplined, and rule forward people. So, and this work is working also mentioned by the Karma Yoga, by the philosophy of Swami Vivekananda in major press conferences and also the religious conferences held in Chicago. So also, and it is also mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita by the Lord Sri Krishna, who says, work is your sole duty, and you need to. And you need to do your work without any expectations of the desires or any kind of possessions from these materialistic pleasures.
When we talk about work, it also provides us aim and discipline and focus, which not only help in our workplace, but it also help in our different aspects of life.
I would like to add to what
To add a point, karma is not defined to workplace to begin with, because work is something that the topic itself speaks. Work is worship. What is worship? Something that with so much conviction we believe in, that we worship it every day, every second of our life. We treat it like it's an integral part of our life. It's not bounded to a particular workplace or somewhere in that religion. I feel it's more diverse than that.
When I say about workplace, it's not only a job or something. A workplace can be your kitchen. A workplace can be your curriculum or
Even when you are not doing any of that, you are still doing karma. If you are meditating, if you are thinking about something, if you are researching for that matter, you are doing your karma. You are sitting quietly and very peacefully, and I am always thinking, oh my God, she is not doing anything or he is not doing anything, but there is something that's being done, that's being unseen to the eyes, but it's being done.
But nowadays, people are trying to get more money, more needs, and more self-efficient. Like they are doing selfish things. They depend upon their abilities or anything else. They don't do worship for their work. They only strive for money. They only fulfill their needs to come.
people today just work for materialistic desires and to fill their bellies, but we should also think of the fact that the discipline that it takes to be perfect in your job also brings you spiritual peace. It makes you feel better about yourself, which is in general better for your development as a person. We should also consider that.
If you start and still not guaranteed.
Perfection is what you make it to be. Your
Perfection is not in your hands.
perfection,
Excellence is in your hands.
your perfection is determined only by you. There is no absolute standard of
It's
perfection.
correct. But perfection satisfaction cannot be guaranteed that.
No, it cannot be guaranteed, but if you are satisfied with something, isn't that just perfect for you? Whatever works for you is what is perfect. That is my.
You work is hard on the daily purpose, you definitely succeed in your life. And future makes it perfect in your life. This is a line that forefront. This is the only way to create your work. This is love and what you can do, keep going on. This is said by Mahatma Gandhi.
Recently, you must have seen that Narayan Murthy has announced 70 week work in a 70-week work per week. So it is also one type of work. 70 work per week. He said that a worker should work 70 hours in a week to achieve its goals, to achieve their organic objective. It means that Narayan Murthy is telling the workers to stick to the time, do things, and also in a way that their organic objective also fulfilled and the employer's objective also is fulfilled, but not overburdening them.
How are they fulfilling the employees' objectives? Aren't they getting minimal increments and whatnot for working probably to the absolute limit of their bodies? How is that even justified?
See,
I mean, we can argue that yes, Narayan Murthy, the CEO, will get more profits. It will be his profit, right? What will the employee do?
And also work is not about doing for some hours, 70 hours or 80 hours, that's
Every
it's
person
about
needs
the
his own
person.
recreation, right? Then how is that even justified?
actually,
As you
employees,
said,
see, when employees are given one period of time, then in a week you must work 70 hours. So it doesn't mean that in one day all day will work 10 hours. It doesn't mean like that because it depends upon the employees when they work and how they do. Because most of the people are also in work from home these days.
But some people don't have a choice.
Actually, it's not about time.
Just a second. I just want to make a point.
Please hold on. The jury members want your opinion on work is worship. Right? What is your opinion? How do you approach this particular statement, work is worship? Alright? Please restrict your opinions to your own ideas, your own words.
Work is basically not really about hours, how many hours are you working or how are you involved. It's basically about how involved you are in it, how you are passionate about the work, how you see your work, how you are interested on that note or not. People should do the work and see their works as a worship. Should do the works they are interested in rather than they are not interested in. Because I think people who are doing works of their interest, I think they are really good and excellent at it, and they can serve the world as much excellence as anyone other can do.
I agree. Like the quantitative aspect of work is not what should be given the most importance. We should also consider the fact how it develops us as a person. I totally agree.
Of course, and the work should do with selflessness actually. We should help each other to grow individual life because not everyone is maybe not knowledgeable or they have resources like us, but we should help each other to grow individually in their life.
We must work in a dynamic way. We must work in a dynamic way.
Of course, I think because of it there are caste reservations are there na, to help each other out.
And when you work in a way that person is getting satisfaction both from internal and external. Not only that he is satisfied with the money, but he is also satisfied with his inner. Like I have done this work and the reward I am getting, and I am satisfied with that.
When you love your work, I don't think you aim for the result. When you love your work, you just get on with it. What I mean to say.
The work is rewarding.
Work is rewarding. Like I like music. So when I listen to music, I don't. When I listen or when I make music, I don't think about that it will get released or it will get views. I just make music because I love it. That's it. Work is worship.
I also agree with your point. As you said, we don't want for any kind of external validation if we are doing our work regularly. as a very beautiful process. If you are one with yourself, if you are one with your heart, nothing in the world universe can stop you from doing your work. As my friend has said, Infosys family members, Infosys the employees are not getting the proper benefits which they are got. So all the benefits are going to the CEOs of Infosys. It's about your satisfaction, how much you are satisfied with your work. If you are satisfied from your side, if your all the five basic needs, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and financial needs are fully from networks, it means you are doing yourself on all the perspectives. As you mentioned the word timing reward. So this dynamism is also can be integrated in our life by working on all the five principles as I have mentioned earlier, so that overall development can be built. And this work helps us to put ourselves in the supreme zone, as Lord Krishna also mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita for the nation.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So, even when we stick to the topic itself, work is worship. What is worship? Something that is so much, something is so strong, that is letting us to accept everything that we want to. We are submitting our entire self in front of a thing, and that here is work. Worship means something that you have so much confidence in, that you are submitting your entire self in front of that. You are accepting every bit of it and behaving as if it's there in every inch of yourself. And that's what it is all.
I completely agree with you. Work has a physically, mentally strength, but it has a lots of troubles. But it's not a matter. But it is working like a worship. When you love your work, once you love your work, then only you are successful.
Work is often chosen for its materialistic value, not for its own sake. People misunderstand the fact that working only implies to the amount of money they earn. Of course, it's important that you do work because you have to earn the money, but it's also important that you do the work you do what you love. So it becomes possible to commit to it, to do it honestly, to love it, and what becomes rewarding. Because we're so much at peace with this work, and we feel so much internally fulfilled that work becomes worship for us.
And one more thing, if anybody is concerned about the money or the payroll, about that, if you are loving your work and you are driven to it, that means you love your work. And when you love your work, money will come accordingly. Like,
And also we don't get so much money for the work we do.
Yes.
Just we focus on the work only. After that we get results whatever we want.
that's why
We cannot keep work in the world if we are not interested on that actually. Money can bring only external happiness by a certain time, but for a long period of time, we really need to work on our interest of works.
Yes, so we conclude that working everything like putting in dedication, determination, about our work, depending on the whatever the other.
If we do what we love, it's already rewarding. So the money, the whatever we are earning, it doesn't matter. So we are just satisfied with ourselves. We're internally fulfilled that we are doing this work and that's enough for us. We don't care about the money, and the money will keep growing if we just put efforts on our work. Yeah, we put in effort in our work.
Money is one of the external factor, but the satisfaction which we get is the internal factor, and it helps us to grow day by day. And automatically, when you grow day by day, we are worshipping like that thing like to God. When you go to temple and worship, similar way we do our work also, like in a peaceful manner, honesty, and in dedication.
Thank you.
We'll go for group 4.
The first one is the first contestant of group 4 is Omali Nikita from Aditya Institute of Technology. You are there? Okay, please come. Contestant number 1 is Omali Nikita. Then contestant number 2 is Bhavita Sai. I expect a round of applause while our students
number 4, Samantula Pranitha. Contestant number 5, Deepak Gupta. Deepak Gupta from Gita Autonomous College. Then we have Anmol Mishra. Anmol Mishra from Gita Autonomous College. Then we have contestant number 7, Abhijit Swai. Abhijit Swai from Gita Autonomous College. Then we have Sushri Sangeeta Shukla from Government Women's Degree College, Cambridge. Then we have Satya Prakash Sahu from Institute of Pharmacy and Tech, Salipur, Qatar. And then we have final contestant number 10, Aishkan Tubal from Institute of Pharmacy and Tech, Salipur, Qatar. These are the 10 students of Group 4. I request the forum to please give a huge round of applause for the contestants. Requesting the volunteer to come forward, and I will request Rudananda Pradhan sir to please give a change from the bowl so that we can start the session. Thank you, Pradhan Babu. Well, the topic for Group 4. Do not pretend, be. Do not promise, act. Do not dream, realize. The topic is do not pretend, be. Do not promise, act. Do not dream, realize.
Good afternoon, Monica. Afternoon, Monica. The topic is do not pretend, be. Do not promise, act. Do not dream, realize. Authenticity is key. We should strive to be generally and be true to ourselves rather than pretending to have someone we are not. And taking action is essential. We should focus on realizing progress rather than just making promises. Realizing our dreams requires effort and perseverance. Realizing we should stay focused and committed to our goals. We have to be very focused to our goals rather than.
Greetings everyone. I am Karthik. I am from Aditya Institute of Technology and Management. So that I am on the topic do not pretend be and do not promise act, do not dream real. So why should we act like we are being like that? Can't we be really like that? So, and like just looking like a good boy, but not acting as per the things what we really want, and the and that do not drink like.
Good afternoon, jury members and my fellow contestants. My topic was do not pretend be, do not promise act, do not dream realize. Accepting yourself as you are with you, strengths and weakness allow you to focus on personal growth and the self-improvement. Taking responsibilities for your actions and their consequences demonstrates accountability and the mortality. Being present in the moment and focusing on the process rather than just and the result. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Do not pretend be, do not promise act, do not dream, realize. These three phrases offer powerful framework for living more authentic, action-oriented, and fulfilling life. In today's world, it's easy to get caught up by pretending to be someone they're not, making promises we can't keep, and dreaming about a future that may never come true. But this approach to life can lead to feeling of emptiness, disconnection, and disillusionation. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. The deepest urge in the human nature is the crave to be appreciated. Yes, because of which we often pretend to be someone whom we have never been. We often fail to show our authentic side, and because of which we always pretend to be someone that we have always left the other side. And in these days, also we make so many promises but fail to act on it. Also, we make so many dreams and goals, but we keep on sleeping on our bed instead of taking actions that will eventually lead us to our goal. So I think we have to be very much authentic. We have to focus on working hard instead of just making promises. We just need to manifest it.
Greetings everyone. The topic itself is don't pretend be, do not promise act, do not dream realize. It actually means authenticity and execution means more than mere words. I would like to add a quote by Sri Aurobindo sir. Authenticity and action defines a person's real worth. For example, we can take Elon Musk and Mahatma Gandhi too. Like Elon Musk has done so much from being nothing in the beginning. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Abhijit, and today's topic we have is do not pretend be, do not promise act, do not dream realize. This is a very important and very strong phrase which sends a very strong message. Often in today's world, due to external pressure and high ambitions, we pretend to become someone else, and in that process, we lose authenticity. We should look to work on ourselves and should prioritize actions over words and work towards turning dreams into reality.
Pretending to be someone and making on yours or masking on ourselves brings frustration and takes time loss. True being brings us confidence and everything we want in our life. Promising and not acting upon it only brings discouragement and destroy the relationship on the other side. Only dreaming and not acting upon it remains only as fantasies. And if we dream and act at the same time, it will be our aim of the life and we will flourish no doubt. Thank you.
Jai Jagannath. I am Saptabhakar Sahu from Institute of Pharmacy and Technology, Salem. The quote, do not pretend be, do not promise to act, do not dream realize. It is a famous quote by the Divine Mother. The first, do not pretend be, that summarizes that do not pretend anyone to achieve the goal. And the second, do not promise, act. That means not to promise, but to act or to act something actions. And the last, do not dream, realize. That means.
Good afternoon. Do not pretend, be. Most of our lives, we try to be someone else, and in that process, we lose ourselves. Do not promise, act. What's the point of a verbal promise if we are not acting towards keeping it? Do not dream, realize. Instead of just dreaming and dreaming all day long, we should actually act towards it. We should dream to realize it. And in that process, we will be our better versions. Thank you.
we all celebrate New Year, and the very first thing that we do on New Year is to make resolutions. We plan so many things for the New Year that we'll be hitting the gym, we'll be eating clean food, we'll be focusing our entire energy of academics, we'll do this thing, we'll do that thing. But how many of we are able to do this in the real sense? A very less percentage. And it is because that we plan so much, but we fail to take actions in it. We always promise we'll do this, we'll do that, but we are not able to execute it. So I think what's more important is to have the right planning, but at the same time take small little efforts every day, continuously and consistently, so that we are able to get to our desired goals. And eventually, that is how I believe that things should be done.
Totally agree. But when we think what New Year resolutions means, and all those things are new culture, which have been made by our Gen Z people or the millennial people. Those were not in the past. But if we take an example from the past where New Year resolutions were not even a thing, we can take the great example of Sri Ratan Tata sir. He has done so much, like we cannot even count in words or give him a marking on a scale of 0 out of 10, because he earned so much, but he never kept it for himself alone. He spread it in the whole world. He dreamt of a great India, and he just didn't keep dreaming. He took steps. Imaginable things which were unimaginable before are now a reality because of his contribution in this society. We should take example of such great people, such great beings, and put them into our lives and try to be somewhat like them. Thank you.
All the three codes are actually interconnected with each other. First one shows what we should focus on, and the next step is the action. Do not pretend, be. Instead of just pretending to be someone else, we should actually try to be someone. For example, if you want to be someone like a good actor, a good singer, a good musician, or a good scientist, we must act towards achieving that goal. And for that, we must have a strong dream, like in the last quote it has been stated. And then, for the realization of that goal, we must act. And then, not to promise, but act. If we just keep on promising and promising, but do not act towards realizing that, then it will be all in vain. So yes, Srima Aurobindo has actually given a great code where all the three are interconnected towards each other, and by achieving one, we must try towards achieving the other two, and which will be really easy once we achieve one. Thank you.
Totally agree. And if we listen what you just said, we can take an example from other debates, other discussions we just offered on this stage, which was Karma Yoga. What is Karma Yoga? Karma Yoga is doing karma and not expecting for the fruit or the benefits you will get from it. That's what we should be aiming for. If we want to be someone, we don't have to just dream and wait for the results. We just have to keep doing it. Even if we don't see real results in real world, we have to keep doing it to achieve something, to make our dreams a reality. Agreed?
By being true to ourselves, taking actions rather than making promises, and focusing on realizations rather than dreams, we can create more meaningful and purpose-driven life. I think that is a good one for our lives.
What we have to understand is there's a difference between pretending and getting motivated. Getting motivated is a very good thing. If we talk about people who are very famous, who have been very successful in their lives, examples like Ratan Tata or Elon Musk, if we take motivation from them, it's a very good thing. But if we try and pretend to become like them, following each and every step, each and everything that we do in life, it will be very difficult, because as we all are humans, everyone sitting in this room, we all are special. We all are unique, and that's what makes us special. So pretending is a different thing, but getting motivated is a good thing, what I believe.
I strongly agree to what he said, but I would like to throw some light on do not pretend be. There goes a very beautiful saying, fake it till you make it. So I am personally very huge believer of manifestation, and I'm sure lots of people in the audience, they believe in the process of manifestation. Like Diljit Dosanjh himself has said that before you have anything materialistic in your life, visualize that you already have it. Pretend that it is already existing in your life. In that way, you can actually, and if you keep on working tirelessly, if you keep on visualizing it, if you keep on putting the right efforts in the right direction, then eventually after a certain period of time, it will come to you. And not just Diljit Dosanjh, lots of people in the Bollywood industry as well. Virat Kohli himself is a big visualizer of manifestation journey. He pretends that he has already smashed lots of fast bowlers in the Australian conditions, even Mitchell Starc, Mitchell Johnson in the BGT trophy as well. And then eventually he came into a situation where he has scored a lot of centuries. So I believe that at times we have to pretend so that we can act accordingly. We have to take inspiration from people so that we get the motivation and keep on working tirelessly.
Number 5 and 7 took many great names, like many big celebrities and great personalities. But what main thing is, getting motivated is a short-term thing. What we must aim is to be disciplined and work hard. If we take motivation from Virat Kohli, we should not just take motivation from his achievements. We should take motivation from his hard work, how hard he worked for that position, how much he had struggled in his earlier days. Diljit Dosanjh, he took his name, but we don't know where he came from. He used to perform in regional functions like a village performance in which he didn't even get paid. He did that for the sake of his purpose in life. He did it to enjoy. That's what we should be aiming for.
That means there is action turned into reality. Like Sri Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, Karm karo, phal ki chinta mat karo. Hence, we should act, we should have a dream, and then we should act towards it. And by doing so, we are going to achieve or we are going to realize our dreams.
That means there is no shortcut to do the great one. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Urdhva mula madhashakha ashwatha prahuravayam chandansi jasya parnani jastam devam sabedave. That means when you see a banyan tree, there is branches. And when you relate that sloka in our day-to-day life, there is so many problems and obstacles. We have to overcome it to do the great work.
So it is all related to all of us. Like we all have dreams which we want to achieve, but we have to be like that to achieve the goal. If I fake myself for being like I am good at studies or whatever I think, if I fake myself, does I reach my goal? No. So the thing I need to do is I need to act, not promise. By faking myself, like I start it from tomorrow or someone else day. I need to start it right now.
Vision should be the end goal. We should always be looking forward to take that small step. That's all hard work is all about.
Number 1.
We should do.
It's not just about dreaming, it's not just about realization, like we have to put in the right effort.
Yeah, like when we can say that aim is the main thing, right?
Weightless number one.
Number 1.
We all have dreams for our own selves. We have to work for it and we have to be there to the dream. We have to work hard. We have to strive to be whatever we want. We have to make the promise to ourselves, not for others. We have to put all our efforts to the dream what we are wanting. So we have to handle and be ourselves. We
So-
don't work for others.
Yeah.
We have
Exactly. That's why we should love our journey more than our goal. Because the goal will come later, but the journey we have to go through it every single day. And once we fall in love with the journey, the goal becomes easy to achieve.
The last time we spoke.
I would like number 8 to speak because she's trying to speak from us. Okay.
Thank you. And in this new generation in 2025, we love to like we want to be that in this Instagram generation, and we don't do that. And to be true to within ourselves brings confidence and clears our self-doubt. When I say don't promise, act. When I say I promise you that I will do that, don't just say that. Bring it to the action. It will be very nice to someone when you say that.
So
And don't just dream.
A dream would be nothing without taking action.
Yes.
As we must act towards realizing our goals.
Exactly.
When
We
you
start from
dream,
dreaming.
when you dream, promise yourself that I will make my dream reality. Not
Yes.
it will be combined of wishes and fantasies, and will be in my wish list that I will do that, I will do this. Make your dream into a reality, and
Dreaming is
Dr.
the
APJ
process of becoming successful. We can't stop dreaming. Everyone in this room must have dreamt of something, becoming a doctor, an engineer, a pilot, actor, whatever. We can't stop dreaming. It is something which is very natural, which every human must be doing. But the point is, just dreaming and then sitting idle and thinking that it will become successful, it will become what we are thinking of one day. Manifestation is good, but just simply manifesting and not doing anything for it will just end up us losing and not becoming what we want to become.
Dr. I would like to say something on that. Like he said, absolutely correct. So there is a difference between manifestation and delusion. I mean, manifestation is like if you are visualizing it and if you are continuously working towards what you really want. For example, if you really want six packs, then you have to hit the gym. You can't simply stay in your bed and eat junk food and stay sleep in your bed. You can't do that. If you really want to have six packs, then you have to hit the gym. You have to eat clean. You need to exercise well. That is called manifestation. But if you are just have a dream and you are not working, you are just passing your time and you are just visualizing that it will happen one day, it will happen. It is completely not correct and it is completely a great example of delusion.
Dr. Abdul Kalam said, do not see the dream in the sleeping condition, but see the dream so that you will not be able to sleep. That's why we have to see the dream and we have to achieve that dream. That must be our priority. Not to see that dream, but we should try to achieve our goal by long term, not a short term.
Also, in the process of pretending to be someone else, we must not lose our individualism. We must know that who we are and who we are aspiring to be, and we must work on it. Everyone is living someone else's life, so we must try to live our own life.
So as we were saying that we need to we need to focus on the work, not the dream we need to achieve.
What I'm saying is, we all have our own goals and our own path.
Yeah.
So we must follow our own path, which will take us to our own goal, not towards someone else's goal.
What I'm trying to say is, you said that goal is the secondary thing, but we need to work on that. So without, I think personally, dream or the dream is the thing which motives or which makes us to do something in our life.
Okay, there are some excellent dreams, but there is no shortcut to success too.
Thank you.
Over. 7. You would like to add something? Number 7.
Me? So I just wanted to add this. Once a dream becomes a goal, then everything will be sorted. Just dreaming, sitting idle, I will just repeat myself again. Just dreaming and sitting idle won't make us successful. Once that dream becomes goal, we have that enthusiasm, we have that, I would say, greed in a good way to achieve that goal. That dream would be very much good, and then ultimately you have to realize and make it go. Thank you.
Lastly, I want to conclude that.
Done.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
We'll proceed further for group 5. First contestant of group 5 is Sushri Subhashri from Marathon Autonomous College. Sushri Subhashri. Then we have Subhashish Das, Nayagarh Autonomous College. Subhashish Das. Number 3, we have Soumya Ranjan Dixit, NLU Cuttack. Soumya Ranjan Dixit, NLU Cuttack. Soumya Ranjan, are you there? Okay. Contestant number 4 is Yamini from Padmavati Degree College. Yamini? Okay. Then we have Sandhya from Padmavati Degree College. Sandhya. I request please give a round of applause for these contestants. Contestant number 6, Sampat Shekhar from Prananath Autonomous College. Then we have Ashirvad from Prananath Autonomous College. Then we have L. Dimple Salreddy from RCS Bhubaneswar. Then we have Abhay Kumar Panda from RCM Bhubaneswar. Abhay Kumar Panda. Last, we have contestant number 10, Shiva Shankhu Gowda from Science Auto College, Engineering Kancha. Sai Shankhu Gowda. Volunteer?
Shiva Shambhu is 10.
Shiva Shankhu is 10. Volunteer, please come forward. I would request Dr. Shweta Padma Das, ma'am, to please pick up sheet so that we can start the cheating now.
No personal notebooks, only the pad given by the institution.
Shivra?
No personal notebooks.
Are you ready? Okay. The topic.
No personal notebooks or cheats. Only the institution pads should be with you.
The topic of group 5 is the future of humanity lies in human unity. The future of humanity lies in human unity. Asif, are you ready?
They have something written from this description copy. How to do it here also. So that's what I do with that teacher. Then,
Glory to Sri Aurobindo and glory to the Mother. The future of humanity is depending on our ability to come together as one. The human unity is the key to unlocking a brighter and a harmonious world. By embracing diversity and promoting inclusivity, a meaningful, we can break the barrier and build bridges of understanding.
Glory to Sri Aravinda, glory to the Mother. This topic, what a beautiful and profound topic. I think this topic, we have to come together and transcend our differences. Contribute positively to this world by coming together and with the spirit of love and unity. Unity can bind us in a different way, and for this reason, we can make a difference in society and we can conquer this world positively. So everyone on this planet will live happier with our effort, and when we come together, we can help others our also.
Dear all, why human unity? Our race is same. Our species are also same. But still, we have made many differences with our races, our caste, creed, religion, region. With these differences, there arises conflicts. Conflicts leads to disputes. Disputes leads to violence. Violence leads to war. And that is the reason to eliminate this entire process. The initial differences needs to be countered, and that's why we need.
Good morning, everyone. The future of humanity lies in unity. Humanity has the power to honor levels of cooperation, collaboration, and progress. Imagine a world where nations, culture, and ideological work. Let us recognize that our differences are not weakness, but strength, that our diversity is not a liability. Develop sense of self-discipline and personal responsibility, which are essential for achieving our objectives. Thank you.
Good morning, all of you. Thanks, Sandhya. Humanity has the power of unlock levels of cooperation, collaboration, and progress. Imagine your work lets us recognize that our differences are not weakness, but strength, that diversity is not a liberty. Thank you.
A very good afternoon to everyone, the respected jury and my fellow competitors. Today we have given the topic a very powerful idea. The future of the humanity lies in the human's unity. History has shown that whenever the humans have together stood, they achieved the great things. The ending of the conflicts and even also the scientific discoveries, solving great pandemics, and even also most of the things we done with this unity thing. But today,
A very good afternoon to you. Sam Lachavaram, Sam Badavaram, Sam Bhomanamsi Janatam. Move together, speak together, take a mind to united. The future of the humanity lies in the human unity. Surely, he saw the human unity as an inevitable step in evolution. But this unity can be achieved merely through political or economical means. It must be passed on to higher spiritual consciousness, where individuals recognize their oneness beyond the superficial differences among themselves.
Radhe Radhe, what a beautiful thing. Humanity plus unity. Humanity. धर्म अर्थ काम मोक्षाणाम उपदेशम समन्वितम पूर्ववृत्तम कथायुक्तम इतिहासम प्रचक्षते. History is evidence we were united. Hence we survived the Portuguese, the Mughals, the Britishers, and so on. And do you know, Manava karma is Nishkama karma, and Nishkama karma is Manava dharma. Therefore, united we stand, divided we fall. Together we can, and together we will. Radhe Radhe.
just as waves are a part of the ocean, we must all embrace the greater truth. We must all align ourselves with the greater truth that everything animate and inanimate in this world is all the extension of the universe. Only through accepting this truth can we transform into becoming peaceful and aligning with everyone else and embracing love, compassion, and peace.
Everyone. The future of humanity depends on unity. When people are together, self-reliant, differences, they can overcome challenges, build a better world. By listening, spreading positivity, we can create a better and meaningful future for all. By understanding this, we can create a peaceful and meaningful world.
Okay, I want to initiate the
we
conversation.
can
recognize that we can recognize our shared humanity when we have unity and our common goals also. So when we have unity, then this topic is characterized by interconnectedness, holism, and empathy, compassion, like this. So when we are interconnected, we all know that God has provided us so much thing, and we are interconnected and interdependable on each other. And this is we are here to share our humanity to all, and we know that we are here, and there are more than 100 contestants are over here, and we have a same purpose. But instead of this, we are sharing our humanity. We are well united. This love and unity I will chase forever.
Okay, how unity will come? Let me give you a small example. We know ice cream. If somebody is handing over the ice cream, The design, the property and the characteristics is cold. We cannot complain why the ice cream is cold. Similarly, we are living in this materialistic world with superficial aspiration of happiness. In that thing, Bhagavad Gita says, Dukharayam Asashvatam. So, the best way to connect with humanity and unity, forgive two kind of people in your life. The one who have hurt you intentionally because you cannot do anything. That will be your peace of mind which will go into loss. So art of detachment, art of not letting things personally. And the second, forgive those who hurt you unintentionally. Like this way, you can proceed with the term of humanity.
Unity is not about the sameness, but about recognizing our shared humanity. It's all about acknowledging the individual success and the success of collective.
Swami Vivekananda rightly pointed out, a human is composed of three things: animality, humanity and divinity. These are the three stages. First, let's discuss what is humanity, how it is differentiated from divinity. Humanity encompasses of core human values like service, like daya, like power of gaining knowledge, and that how we can utilize for benefit of people. Why we need fraternity now? In sociology, we have developed from mechanical solidarity to organic solidarity. Remember in olden days, if in a small village, anyone gets hurt, all people gather. But today, if there is growing injustice, no single one is coming. That's the reason we are lacking solidarity, for which humanity is turning into a victim. And one more thing, I want to point out that for making this unity, we will have to embrace divinity. We will have to know what is our jad, root, because we are the branches. What do you mean by God? Bhagwan. What does Bhagwan consist of? Bhumi, Gagan, Neer, Vayu and Agni. 5 elements. Our head space comprise infinite, boundless, that is the space. Our lungs, air, Vayu element. Our stomach, digestion, fire element. Our kidneys, water element. Our legs, which bear the bottom of the entire body, that is Bhumi, that is the earth element. We are the branch of a tree, and a branch without a tree just dries up. And all our human knowledge are for 4 things, as Srila Prabhupada rightly mentioned: eating, sleeping, mating and defending. Let's discuss what is our spiritual, what is our root, and that spiritual purpose will bring unity on us. We will have a shared and common purpose.
I confidently say about the concept of holism. Holism means the whole is more than the sum of its parts. That means we are united and interconnected with each other, then that's how we can say our humanity and bring a positive difference in this world. And I want to say that it's not just a utopian dream, but it's a practical necessity that we must have in our life, so that you can say our humanity and bring a positive difference.
The humanity is not necessarily meaning that everyone is agreeing in everything. It does mean that the collaboration between the states and stopping the global community and having a betterment of stopping the conflicts, wars and etc. And with this we can have an equipped humanity over the unity.
I would like to continue what my friend asked. Humanity. The human race of Homo sapiens survived many countless million of years. Why? Because along with us in the European heartland of today's Balkan and Slav region, there are also another race of humans whom we exclusively known as Netherlands. They were at war. They were at war with us once a time. Why? Why they failed conquering us? Because the Homo sapiens were united. They know how to make tools from stones. They know how to work together as companions. But the Netherlands species missed a simple consciousness of things, the teamwork. That is also known as unity. And Sri Aurobindo has himself said that the human race must be united if they want to survive in the near future. Why? The human race has a history of itself. The survival instinct of each and every animal, not only the human, is a necessity for continuity of its species. The species must survive in the future also.
We understand better when we are given examples. Human unity, everything we are speaking on technical terms, but the best example, the most dynamic, why nobody is talking about the 144 years which has come the Mahakumbh Mela, where Everybody is united, different sampradaya, different people, different parampara, but you can see the unity there. We are going out to find the inner self by self-discovery, self-introspection, self-actualization, self-realization. We are taking a dip in the chilling water, but there is a warmth of spirituality, a warmth of bhakti, and even in the crowd, we are finding peace because of our sadhus, of our gurus.
Yes, yourself. I want to point out one thing. Why the future of humanity lies in human unity? This is not the topic only of philosophers. Look at our constitution. There are four main ideas in our preamble. We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to ensure among them justice, liberty, equality, fraternity. There is reservation system which is ensuring liberty and equality, but still we fail to ensure fraternity. If one person is being treated as equal with equity and fairness, but I do not accept that person in a society, then there is no value of equality and liberty. So fraternity forms the base stone on which humanity can take a step. And
I would like to continue one thing. The human race, particularly the Indian race, is very divided among themselves. Caste, creed, race, everything is very inevitable. Recently, I have seen a social media post where it might sound a little bit controversial, but some races demanded they are the native people of India. Whom are we going to claim? Whom are we really going to give this tagline, the native people of India, the unity? Does the future, the philosophical, social, cultural, etc., what type of, in short, the cultural basis of India is just been created by a single entity of group? I think so.
Bro, you are saying that we have only conquered the humanity race with this unity. But I also believe that global problems require the global solutions. Like we have also faced the pandemic, which was one of the worst things that happened to humanity. Yes, there have been, but this is the one that we have all faced. The 2019 pandemic, if there wasn't a unity, then if another country like China, if they found out an antidote and they don't share with us, then we are not surviving here, and I'm talking in front of you. And also there are so many technological and scientific innovations in also the humans' unity. And we are not talking about this.
My friend that US, China, and some extent Russia are some of the advanced done United Nations done by every kind of ethnic group and races of India united are divided a much efficient and affordable technology. To some extent, we can say much better than US and China.
If you look where the problem arises into 5 factors: coercion, fraud, undue influence, misrepresentation of facts, and mistakes. What is the alternative? Gaur Gopalji just says 4 factories you need in your life: ice factory for your brain to remain calm and composed, a love factory for your heart so that you can say good words, a sugar factory for your tongue because let's appreciate, let's love, let's spread good information. And if you follow these 3 factories, at last you will be satisfactory. So that's where the real basis of humanity lies.
Very well said, Mr. H. Very well said, Mr. H. Division leads to inequality and also the suffering. A world divided by the caste, religion, and the sex is always divided and not being united. And this just causes another purpose of a pandemic, which is internally done. It prevents the equal opportunities for everyone.
As we move forward, it is essential to understand that human unity is not a destination but a journey. It involves efforts, commitment, and willingness to listen, learn, and grow together. By choosing human unity, we create a future where all individuals can thrive, grow, and hide their highest potential.
Human is a police animal. We all know human is a police animal. Commitment is just a now the word. Not every person remain committed to their own cause. That's the most important thing India is lacking on the basis of unity. As I said before, India is very criticized all over the world for one and only thing, the caste system.
One thing I want to point out here is humanity is not limited to India only. We have heard about Vasudeva Kutumbakam, and that's the reason I have said we need to create a shared purpose. We have heard all of it.
My friend, India is a world within itself. As I said, India is the center of knowledge,
the center of culture.
I think it's the next step of the human evolution that we should be minding this. If there is human unity, then there will be not the human existence, and the risk is not followed again to the next generation.
Yeah, Mr. It's a business, right?
I must speak on the world, but I mostly like to speak on India because because what we do today is what we do today determine the future of our tomorrow.
Then let's accept the fact that rather than simply blaming anybody, let's accept कबीरदास जी से बुरा जो देखा मैं चला बुरा ना मिले कोई जो दिल खोजा आपना मुझसे बुरा ना कोई सब the action plan is ऐसी वाणी बोलिए मन का आबा खोए औरों को शीतल करे आपो को शीतल खोए. Let's accept the fact.
Yeah, you're close, right?
India needs a collaboration, co-creation, and collaboration, co-creation makes the world in a better place. And life has a tremendous way of showing us different matters, people, and things. So I think the way we have human unity, then that's how we are saying that there are a lot of wars are happening in this world, and by having human unity, then I think this war can be finished and we have a good time. And I feel that as we know that the poet and philosopher, okay, I need to conclude that poet has said that the rain grows the flowers but not the thunder. So I think we should raise our voice, not our voice. So I think we need to.
Okay, bro, it's fine. In a world facing immense challenges, unity is not just an ideal, it is a necessary. History shows that whenever humanity comes together, they achieve the progress, innovation, and also the peace. The future of our species depends on the cooperation of every human, every state, and every country. The responsibility and also the collective vision
I would like
of
to
the
carry
humans.
forward what my friend Mr. C.S.
Okay.
Thank you.
Last talk.
Yes, sir. So the thing I wanted to say that unity cannot be created externally. Auroville was not created to create common space for everyone. It has to come from internally. Auroville said that thing only. A spiritual awakening. You are spiritual being. What is spiritual? Spirit, soul. Understand their elements. Understanding the elements give it a shared purpose. In that way, unity can be built. It cannot be external. Thank you. Sorry.
4 and 5, would you like to say something? Sure. Would you like to add some points or would you like to conclude in your own way? Thank you.
Thank you so much. We go for group 6. Contestant number 1, Sumit Singh from Roland Institute of Pharma, Barakpur. Sumit Singh. Contestant number 2 is Anurag Kumar Bharadwaj from Roland Institute of Pharma, Barakpur. Then we have Biswajit Mahalik from Roland Institute of Pharma. Then we have Prachi Pratyasha Mishra from SAB Medical College, Cuttack. Contestant number 5, Adarsh Sahu from SAB Medical College, Cuttack. Next we have Soumya Agarwal from SAB Medical College, Cuttack. Then we have Kumari Rashmi from Srinath University, Jamshedpur. Next, Soumya Shukla from Srinath University. Then we have Joy Mukherjee from Srinath University. And we have last contestant of group 6, Pragati Shah from Srinath University, Jamshedpur. Please give a round of applause for all the contestants of group 6. I request the volunteer to please come, and I would request Dr. Jyotiranjan Mahanti sir to please pick a sheet from the box. The time has come to embrace the new consciousness. The time has come to embrace the new consciousness. We are ready, officer?
Good afternoon. My name is Sumit Singh and I am from Rohan Institute of Pharmaceutical Sciences. So today we have got the topic of the time has come to embrace the new consciousness. So according to me, new consciousness refers to an evolution in human awareness and it can be seen in growing desire for unity and collective well-being. And it is basically a shift from competitive mindset to a cooperative approaches. And this is maintained by greater awareness of environmental and social issues.
Greetings of the day to everyone present over here. This is really a very delighted moment for me to address you today's gathering with a topic that is the time has come to embrace the new consciousness, because this is an era of globalization and industrialization as well as digitalization where we lack spirituality and divinity. So in order to regenerate the idea of spirituality and divinity, the time has come to embrace the new consciousness. Thank you.
A very warm and pleasant evening to one and all present over here, respected dignitaries, teachers, and my dear fellow participants. I, Vishwat Malik, is going to speak on the topic of the time has come with a new consciousness. Whenever this topic comes in my mind, there is a quote by T.S. Eliot: every beginning is a new beginning. The time has come to embrace the new consciousness. Emphasis need to shift a higher concentration to a higher consciousness environment, making it growth, unity, spiritual awakening. When ego-driven lives and embracing compassion meets with each other.
Good afternoon. What Sri Aurobindo means by new consciousness is a transformative, spiritual and evolutionary state which is beneficial for humankind. The new consciousness means a supramental consciousness which transcends the bhava of ahankara, alasya, krodha and goes beyond that. Helps us experience the divinity and spiritual effect and makes us realize that we are not the endpoint of evolution. We are the starting of spiritual evolution. We have greater purpose in life to serve for the nation and to awaken the supramental consciousness. Thank you.
Salutation to the divine Sri Aurobindo. Time has come to embrace a new consciousness. It means that we have to think in a more spiritual way, to know that this universe is the one and everything has equal importance. We are just a small piece we have to grow and we have to initiate the thing that everything in this universe need to be treated with equal importance. We have to change our way of thinking from problem oriented to solution oriented and
Good afternoon to one and all. Consciousness is the awareness of existence, thoughts, emotions, and surrounding world. It is basically the basis of being. As Sri Aurobindo rightly said, man is a transitional being. It is not final. This means that the changing consciousness means bringing higher consciousness into human life to transform existence. It is the supermentalization of consciousness. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. So the time has changed. Embrace the new process. What does it mean by? Like it's a high time, and now we have to buck up. We have to be aware of our life, of our emotions, of our development, whether it's physical, mental, or our personality. Like we have seen that AI has been created, and AI. So mic is not.
Which one?
What's wrong with it?
No, you take the mic.
Use it.
Ma'am, my point is.
No, use it.
We have to listen to you very carefully, right?
Good afternoon, everyone. So the topic, the time has come to embrace the new consequences. What do you mean by the time is come? It is a really high time. We have to buck up. Like as we have seen that
No issue. Cool down.
No, you continue.
Oh, it's all right. Come on, huh? Okay, get ready. You'll get the chance.
Good afternoon to all. I'm Samashita from Srinagar University. So, change is the constant companion in the road of life. We face many changes throughout the whole life that creates opportunities and challenges. It helps us to build, grow and develop and become the better version of ourselves. Human beings should be flexible enough to adapt the changing environment.
Yes. The time has come to embrace the new conscious mind. The world is shifting and the time has come to embrace a new consciousness, one root in self-awareness. The inner peace and self-deeper connection to our essence. The new way of beginning is not driven by the external success or material well-being, but the realization that true fulfillment comes from within. And also today's world is full of competition and people want peace. So they have to awaken their consciousness that what should I do in the life step? Because it comes from also in aimless. People can't aim their life.
Good afternoon everyone. Sarve Bhavantu Sukhani. It means all be happy. Time has come. People should be open to new way of thinking, living and being more aware of themselves and the world around them. Graduated appreciates what? Understanding you thoughts, emotions and desires help to reach from unnecessary worries and stay centered. Feeling calm and content within yourself, free from stress.
We all know that.
Wait. Savit.
Yeah, please.
Around it, right?
Okay, so I was talking about the time. So it's a really high time and we need to change our mindset. Like if we don't change our mindset, then we will send back onwards. Like we have seen that nowadays we have ChatGPT and ChatGPT is taking the place of ChatGPT is ChatGPT is
It's all right. Okay.
jobs we need to change ourselves. We need to motivate, we need to motivate ourselves and encourage ourselves to develop, whether it's mental, physical, personality, or an intellectual development is needed.
Okay, now it's open.
As we all know that India is a country of tradition and cultures. So why is this shift happening? Why is that we should have to embrace the new consciousness? So according to me, this shift is happening because due to the evolution of the cultural and spiritual forms, and according to me, psychological and technological forms also affect the shift of new consciousness.
I totally agree with the contestant number one that the time has come to embrace the new consciousness because this is the time which is following the second law of nature, which is the change. And the change is in such a rapid and a fast pace that we are the human beings lacking the most spiritual purpose of the life, which is to become conscious of the divine. So in this era of globalization and industrialization, marginalization of the family is also a factor which promotes to see or which promotes us to invite the time to go for the new consciousness because there are certain factors which promotes to it, including biodiversity loss, including climate crisis, including technological advancement. All these things have led us to realize that now we have to change ourselves and move towards a new beginning.
As my fellow participant mentioned, that humans are transitional beings. Yes, humans are transitional beings because it is between animals and divine, between knowledgeable and ignorance. And consciousness is such a factor that differentiates us from the animals. Then why consciousness is necessary? To merge with the divine grace, to get the salutations at the feet of Srimanandamai and Sri Aurobindo, and to have complete faith, surrender, and spirituality in the feelings at whatever we do. And why do we need this consciousness? Because nowadays humanity is going in the wrong way. We are seeing that a lot of countries have internal fightings and there are a lot of rape cases, everything is happening. And I think it's a high time human beings should realize that we should go on to a new consciousness or the supramental consciousness that helps us in our inner awakening and will help us to find the spiritual path and to know that we are not just mere human beings. We are the starting of spirituality and starting of the spiritual evolution.
And nowadays, social media has given us a great information of every industry because the social media is giving us the information every a second, which is changing our consciousness every second. Therefore, we have to make the consciousness such a trained and such a pointed mindset that even a great shake in our inner core of heart means the injustice which is happening even in our country also. We cannot even become so much violent that it is affecting our own country also.
Now I would like to give
One is conscious and subconscious. We have to awaken that those power, those talents of mind, conscious and subconsciousness. We have to go with spirituality. We have to awaken our spiritual power doing some good practices like yoga, meditation that can help you also gives a path of life. Spirituality awakens your consciousness of mind. Also it gives you a path of life and a aim towards your life. Also, it gives you a humanity. Also, how to serve humanity to others. Because not only spirituality is needed, but also humanity also needed. Because if we have humanity, then spirituality will almost it will grow in every respect of people.
So, if we are talking about changes, we can see it in our own surroundings. Even the nature changes itself with time. A bird it blossoms into a flower, a plant transforms into a tree, a human child turns into a grown-up human. So, who are we to stay still? We should be moving with time. Humans should be like a wet clay that can be molded into any shape when necessary. We need to work on our personal growth, like personal growth, societal growth, growth, environmental growth, global challenges are facing a lot. We are facing global challenges. So we need to work on that to stop that. What's the time? And if we don't stop in the period of that time, then we have to lose a lot of advantages like resources, water, and every other substances.
As we know, change is the only constant. So embracing a new consciousness is essential for our life. It will help us in breaking free from the limiting beliefs, the orthodoxy and the rigid patterns. It will help us in inner peace and fulfillment. It will help us in our inner calling and spiritual awakening. Also, it will make us fully connected with the people, and it will help us to adapt to the change properly. Thank you.
I think we need a disciplined life for maintaining our life because consciousness also needs a disciplined life. It also helps in giving a way of life because discipline can make you a strictly straightforward that helps you in for growth purpose because discipline give you a path of way and also have a aim that towards a life. How can success? How can go through a path? You also that maintains your life balance because there are two types of life. One is personal and one is public. You have to maintain two lives. Then also we have to manage these both things. We have to spiritually awaken. Or spirituality also helps in inner peace.
Now I would like to give the purpose of the new consciousness. The new consciousness is not just about our personal success. It's just about the growth, the self-discovery, the clarity of the mind, the higher consciousness, connecting with the divine power also. It also encourages individuals to move beyond the materialistic world, from the ego-driven lives we live in. And the importance of it are the self-awareness, mind connection, connection with the gratefulness and universally intelligence. I
We
totally
discussed
agree
about
with
the
the
purpose of consciousness, but we should know that how consciousness is practiced. For that we need a spiritual guru. Like Shrima was a spiritual guru for Sri Aurobindo. And we also need a spiritual guru in our life. For that we also need to worship our spiritual guru and completely devote our life for them. Like it is clearly mentioned by Narada, Tatraya Tadeva Avalyukati, Tadeva Shunati, Tadeva Bhagyati, Tadeva Chintati. It means completely think about your guru, worship them, hear about them, and always think about how you can go more in the line of spirituality.
I would like to add to contestant number 3. What is that is, the world is full of uncertainties and instability. Everything in this world wants stability. Like in our body, we have a steady rate condition or a stable condition which is known as homeostasis. So, also in chemistry, we say atom wants to be stable. How? By donating an electron or accepting an electron. This is the way of science for establishing stability. In our human world, peace and spirituality and divinity is the best way to become stable.
When our consciousness becomes broader, we begin to think that the life is not a battle which needed to be fought. The life is a game which needed to be played. And the person who plays it with the best consciousness, with a broader mindset, with a well-being, who takes everyone together, is the person who will definitely win the game.
But everyone is talking about gods and all, but no one is talking about climate conditions. And climate conditions are deteriorating day by day. It's a really high time that we have to stop wasting water. We have to think about the climate conditions. Like we can see that temperature is going to touch the 45 degrees. And if we don't think on that purpose, then we will left with nothing in our life. Like world will become over. So we have to see about God and spiritual things, but we have to also focus on our climatic conditions, societal issues, and many more things.
If you want a better state of, if you want to awaken a conscious mind, then we have to practice the spirituality. Some people think that spirituality connects with the sadhu sant, but actually it's not. Spirituality is about inner peace, inner satisfaction. Because day-to-day life, it's a competitive market. People stressed about their life, and people can't think about many things, and they are very tense about so many things. Their mind is filled with so many works and loads, and they can't even generate any new ideas. And people should start practicing some spirituality that can give them a stable life. And people want stable life, stable peace in their mind.
As my fellow participants said, that spirituality is the new consciousness. I would like to completely agree with your point, but I would like to present a different angle on this topic. Why only spirituality? Discipline, hard work, and your own sense of fulfillment can make a new consciousness. A responsibility and a sense of purpose will give you a life which has a meaning and give a slice of life to it which has the fruits which we will enjoy in the future.
But that time I mentioned the discipline, because discipline and spirituality, we need both in life. That only gives us way of life, also give a better aim, a better.
Makes a complete man. Discipline makes a complete man.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, because spirituality is such a thing which should be combined in all the spheres of the life, irrespective of education, irrespective of profession, irrespective of passion.
To conclude, I would like to say that the divine is eternal and infinity force of life. We are born of it, we are made of it, and we are going towards it. So to awaken our consciousness and to expand the realms of spirituality, we need to first start doing the process of self-awakening and self-improving. That only will lead to the spiritual consciousness awareness of the whole society.
Albert Einstein said, no problem can be solved from the same level of consciousness that created it. There are different philosophical, scientific, and spiritual traditions that define consciousness in various ways. According to Sri Aurobindo, consciousness is not just a function of mind, but the very essence of existence itself.
The best way to find yourself is to do competition between all of us. I appreciate everyone's input. Thank you for sharing all your thoughts on this topic. And I develop honestly to everyone.
Thank you so much. Group 6. Proceed further to the Group 7. May I request volunteers, because we have 11 number of participants. I'm informing, may I take a moment to inform the jury members? May I take the permission of the jury members? The jury members are group 7. We are 11 members.
We have one more
Yes,
one
we will
chair.
add it. We have 11 members. So, group 7, the last group of the GT round. The first one is Swati Sonalika Panda from Silicon University, Bhubaneswar. Swati Sonalika Panda. Contestant number 2 is Priyanshu Das, Silicon University, Bhubaneswar. We have Samuel Pratham Das from VSSUT, Burla. Then we have Krishna Das from VSSUT, Burla. We have Riya Kumari from Women's University, Jamshedpur. Riya Kumari. We have Ragini Kumari, Women's University, Jamshedpur. We have Riya Parihar from Women's University. Riya Parihar. Okay. Then we have Mantasha Tabres, Women's University, Jamshedpur. Mantasha. Then we have Afia Anju from ABIT, Cuttack. Afia, are you there? Okay. Then we have Aditi Sahu, SAB Medical College. Aditi Sahu. Aditi, are you there? Okay. Then we have Priyanka Priyadarshini. Priyanka Priyadarshini, the 11th contestant of Group 7. Before starting, I would like to say that we are live in YouTube. You will like and subscribe our channel, Ask the School of Management, or else you can search Yugma 2025 in the YouTube, online videos, we are live. If you want to share somebody, you can share. I would request the volunteers to please come, and I would request Manoj sir. We have Manoj sir here from Business Standard. Sir, could you please pick up a sheet and give it to the volunteer? Thank you. The last topic is thrilling. Ego is the toughest enemy of human beings. Ego is the toughest enemy of human beings. Assessor, are you ready?
Hello everyone, I am from Silicon University. The topic is ego is the toughest enemy of human being. What is the meaning of ego? Ego is simply an acronym which means aging God out. Why it is coming? When we are forgetting God, then only ego comes in our life. We should always remember that we are the tiny parts of God, and the self-esteem that we have developed inside ourselves should be removed from us, then only we can get the real God.
This is Priyanshadar signing in from Silicon University. So, ego whispers comfort and demands recognition. Yet, how often does it distances us from truth or reality? Perhaps it's just an invisible sunglass that blinds us from self-awareness.
Yes. A self-being describes ego. Well, when we look at our own self, we have a true identity. Our self-identity comprises of what we think we are and what we want to be. Well, in that, sometimes we are so immersed in what we want to be that we start thinking that we are the most powerful and the most confident being. In that, the confidence is a great power. But when the confidence turns into overconfidence, it turns into becoming ego. The ego which kills ourselves, and it also makes us fail. It makes us fall down.
So Sri Aurobindo had identified that ego has a barrier for spiritual growth.
mother has taught us that how to overcome ego by self-awareness, humility, and surrendering ourselves to the divine. True transformation occurs from human nature to divine nature when this ego dissolves. Ego creates separation from others and thus breaking human unity. Good afternoon, everyone. Ego is the toughest enemy of human being as it becomes hurdling one's path of success because they are not willing to accept their mistakes. As it becomes, ego refers to self-importance, self-love, and self-esteem. As when a person is full of ego, he or she is not willing to accept what he or she done wrong or something. Firstly, good afternoon, jury members and one and all present over here. This is Ragini, and the topic is ego is the toughest enemy of human being. So, according to me, ego refers to our sense of self-importance, pride, and individual identity. So, I think the ego can be of two types in human beings. First one is healthy ego, and the second can be unhealthy ego. Healthy ego is necessity for self-confidence. First of all, good afternoon everyone. My topic is ego is enemy of human being. Ego can be considered one of the greatest enemy of human being due to its tendency to our perception, create conflicts and hinder personal growth. Firstly, ego often destroyed our self-persistent individual with a strong ego may see themselves as superior to. Good evening, everyone. First of all, I totally agree with my fellow participants. At its core, ego is a sense of self, the part of us that asserts our individuality and uniqueness. However, when left unchecked, it can mount into something extravagant which can isolate us from our true potential.
Yes.
Ego is the toughest enemy of human beings. Ego is a shadow that convinces you that it's your right. Now, I want you to imagine a skilled warrior who refuses to adjust his techniques just because he thinks that he's the best. He believes that he's the best. And his greatest enemy, ego. It makes you defend illusions, chase validations, and resist growth. Thank you.
Good evening. So, according to me, ego, once we got trapped by our own ego, this is the point where actually our downfall begins. So, we should keep it aside and embrace every victory. According to me, all victory are the beginnings which starts with joy, and these are not the end points, but there are many more to go.
Good evening, everyone. So, as there is a quote from Srimad Bhagavad Gita which says, "A wise person sees all beings as equal, whether a non-scholar, a cow, an elephant, a dog, or just an outcast." So, as the topic says, ego is the toughest enemy of human beings. So, it creates an illusion of separation. It resists growth. There will be no room for self-development, and it will create obstacles in inner peace. Ego fuels negativity. So, okay, I would like to initiate the conversation. Every coin has two sides, a positive one and a negative one. We can say that ego gives us the self-confidence to stand tall in a crowd and to assert our needs and desires. However, as I stated earlier, when left unchecked, this same ego can isolate us from our true potentials, can blind us to our own mistakes, and even estranges us from the people around us, from our family, even the loving people we have in our life. Ego can be so destructive when it overpowers your conscious mind. It can be so destructive that it can affect your mental health as well as the people around you can have the bad impact of yours.
Atma is a progressive, intuitive witness. Well, our body is a divine agent that presents God's power and God's love in our life. Well, when we look at ourselves, we see that every cell of our body has a spiritual consciousness. Well, what does that represent? That our soul is a universal psychic, and it has all the resources that the divine nature wants in us, and by that we identify our true self. But what if we misuse that true self? What if we misuse that resources? What if we do not understand why that power was given to us at the very first place? It was to understand our spiritual purpose and to fulfill it with a generosity and a humbleness in our heart. If we do not have those attributes within ourselves, then by default we'll be falling into the trap of ego and killing ourselves.
I just want to cite a small example. Like everyone must be aware of a small insect which is known as a firefly, Jugnu in Hindi. And it must be like very confident and very proud that God has gifted him an ability to light in the dark. But none of the insects have that ability. But when it comes to the daylight, sun, the supreme power, which is equivalent to God, is there. And in front of sun, Jugnu becomes a very small factor. So we are like the Jugnu. We are small, tiny human beings who are the little part of God. And we should not be proud of something which is extraordinary from others who are like us, but which cannot be compared to the strength or the work that God has done. So we should be submissive and we should be humble towards everyone and not be proud of the thing that we are better from the others who are at the same level.
I like to extend that point. That for me, ego is also a helper, but ego is the boundary. The boundary that shouldn't be crossed. To be free from ego is to be free from suffering. Let's cite some examples of a very famous thing. Titanic. We have already gone through the newspaper that it was clearly mentioned, the unsinkable. But what happens in its first voyage? We can say that materialistic things attached with ego can also face the rats of destruction. What does ego does? It isolates our growth. Example, if we are too egoistic about capabilities, for example, I am a striker in a football team and I just want to score goals to satisfy my needs. But later on, because of this, without knowing the limitations of my body, I get a career-long injury. Would that affect my team? Yeah, it do. Ego is a friction, and wherever there is a friction, there is loss of energy. It blinds a person from a self perspective. Then I would also like to say that we can say that ego does give us that adrenaline boost to foster growth. But longer adrenaline growth may lead to us to be very greedy, and lots of greediness can lead to the unsable fact that greedy is the evil of all costs.
So I would like to convert ego. Despite leading India's independence movement, he remained humble, prioritizing peace over personal glory. He proved that true strength lies in mastering oneself. Steve Jobs was removed from Apple. Why? Well, mostly it was from ego. It's not solely because of ego, but it was because of ego. And all of it only happened because of ego.
Yeah, so I would like to focus how Sri Aurobindo and Mother tackled this aspect of personality. So the co-founders of Integral Education also they set up a school in Pondicherry. They made education in as they improved their education in such a manner that focused on physical, vital, psychic, and mental improvement. So this system of education makes oneself forget himself and focus on what he wants to learn. It motivates him to learn his or her action and the reaction and how and all of it what happens.
So it makes an individual an intrinsic and incapable member of the society.
Okay, exactly. In our previous quote, there was in the previous discussion, there was a quote, do not pretend be. And the mother rightly said that life must blossom like a flower, offering itself in the beauty of the divine. Basically, the person who has egoism in their heart, they easily attract towards pretending, showing falsehood, dominating, showing that they are best among others, which generally leads to degrowth of themselves. They do not achieve more in their life and they lack self-introspection and self-awareness in their life. There is no scope of improvement for them.
Well, adding to what participant 4 said, that when we look at the real integral education, when it is being implemented, the main goal is to develop the self-identity. Here comes the idea of Mana Prasad, means as Sir said, make your mind prasad, that is, it is distributed equally. When we look at our own mind, we always focus on one thing a lot and then we forget about other things. Like for example, if I'm a footballer, I focus on playing more and I forget about completing my homework. So that's how we have always faced a lot of problems in maintaining and disciplining our life. And because of that, we also face that our own self is always concentrated on one single thing. Well, it's the right thing to concentrate on the path, at the same time we have to be disciplined. When we are disciplined on the track of developing our own true identity, we will realize that where our true identity is, and there we will understand that yes, this is my reality check. I am not pretending to be any different person. I am not showing a fake personality of mine to the public, and I am being the real self that I am. And that is how we can break the barrier of ego.
Okay, there is a very thin line between being confident and being arrogant and egoistic. Ego can build you in a positive way, but it can also destroy you if it overpowers your mind. I would like to end this an example. Mark Zuckerberg. We have all heard about him. I will not discuss the main reason for which he has built Facebook, a very famous social media platform in the millennials and for Gen Zs also right now also. But Mark Zuckerberg has created a very famous social media platform. He has got a lot of fame and many things more. But the reason for which he has built that platform was because of his egoistic reasons and which could have impacted very negatively to the person in whose arrogance he has built that. As I have stated earlier, a coin have two sides, a positive one and a negative one.
Also, I would like to focus on the fact that ego hurts oneself, but also it affects the society. How? It secludes oneself from the society, so this disrupts the peace. We want harmony in diversity. So, ego, like contestant number 3 said, about distributing our knowledge to others, to uplift others, to respect others. So this is what ego becomes, this is where ego becomes a barrier in the development in the society as a whole.
If we talk about society, let's also focus on our home. Let's talk about domestic violence. Isn't ego one of the main reasons for domestic violence? Be it in a case of man or woman. A man's ego hampers a family's growth. A woman's ego destroys it. If we go from society to geopolitical causes, let's come to the current condition of Ukraine and Palestine. Isn't the fight and show of egos that they are showcasing at how much powerful we have? Just for the sake of growth, ego, they are sacrificing the lives of the citizens. Is the rights of the citizens so cheap that ego needs to satisfy it? Is it a monster that feeds on the lives of the people?
Exactly. I agree with contestant number 2. Like, okay, ego is a very destructive thing. Your mind ignores to register the fact that it is causing destruction. So it is very important
to have a self-control over your emotions, to live, to think critically over a matter, and to act compassionately over the same matter. Because in this world to progress needs ethics and knowledge, both to increase its diversity, prosperity, and people need to learn to have self-control over their emotions to contribute positively to the society and while celebrating the diversity of it.
Still number two, that every coin has two sides. And out of ego, some improvements have been done in the sector. But do the person really observes that his internal thing is being developed, his self-aware or his self-conscience is developed? No. When we follow our ego, we forget what we want from our inner soul. And we lack of many things in that. Every person has a unique mission. Some realize it early and others later. Our every action and thought should continue for a higher goal because God has sent us with a definite goal to fulfill. And if we devoid of that because of ego, then it will completely hamper our everything and our entire life.
Ego blinding is a fine line between confidence and ego. As we took the example of Ravana, the most knowledgeable person, the Gyani. He has all the powerful mind and energy also. But he took that in a negative way and that becomes the reason of his downfall. And we know the history of it.
When a person starts to prove themselves that they're more superior than others, that's where ego is established. As participant number 6 earlier stated that there are two aspects to ego, positive ego and negative ego, and that is truly also stated by participant 1 that when we focus on positive ego, a lot of people might also achieve something. But at the same time, let's look at the aspect of negative ego. Those people who have an ego that is killing themselves, but at the same time are also succeeding by maybe trying to pretend to be fake person. By that, they might achieve a temporary success, but they will be always having a sense of vacancy in their heart. That means that they will be feeling that they are very valuable from the outside. May it be considered someone like drug dealers. They are very rich, they are very powerful in the society, but deep down they have the fear of getting caught. Deep down they lack the happiness and the true fulfillment of life.
As mentioned earlier, that ego will resist self-improvement. There will be no growth. If you consider yourself, if you will have that egoistic feeling in yourself, then you will think that you are supreme and you are very much knowledgeable. Then there will be no room for self-development or for gathering more knowledge. Just like contestant number 5 said that Ravana, who used to think that he is very knowledgeable and he is very intellectual, which leads to his downfall. So we always must have a room for self-development. Even though you are very much educated or very much intellectual, you must have a room for self-development.
There I would like to add my point that we should always think that whatever we have got, that is only because of God. And if we are getting those things what we are wanting in life, and if we have already succeeded, that is not the end. That is only the beginning.
So I would like to do one thing by summing everyone's point that the ego is of two types and ego can be if person whenever you different ways someone's confidence, ego can be in a form of confidence and sometimes ego can be the reason of our downfall and failure. So
an egoistic person will never be available to accept that he is egoistic. Whenever they are in the influence of ego, they do not feel the necessity to accept that they are actually egoistic. Because ego actually blindfolds you. Ego, whenever you are in the influence of ego, you feel like whatever you are doing is right. And whatever that is happening to your life, your actions, and the consequences that you face, you fail to believe that that is all happening.
I would like to conclude by saying a quote
power are always humble and quiet. They do not assert themselves but simply exist and serve without having an egoistic feeling. So thank you.
Okay, everyone talked about ego in all aspects, but no one talked about. Okay, out of it, I just want to add a quote from Sri Aurobindo, which really inspired me. That initial ego is good, but a chain that must be forced, broken from spiritual purpose.
Thank you.
Thank you. May I request everyone, please give a huge round of applause for kids to lead round by our fellow participants. Thank you all the participants. Thank you so much jury members for your kindful patience. Well, we have heard from our chief mentor. We have heard from our principal madam. Now it's time to hear some few lines from our jury member, Dr. Ashok Mangraj sir. The widely said as Shiv Khera of Odisha. May I request Dr. Mangraj sir to please come and have some few lines to our participants and the audience.
Judge, should you agree? Yes. Aspects of all this reading. प्रत्येक थर ह्या गोटे सुवर्ण सुजोग भली ईश्वर आशीर्वाद भली जे एक भलिया समावेश निज शामिल करता So it's really a pride, privilege, a blessing, sir, to be a part and parcel of such intellectual, spiritual, cultural blend of a superb standard of audience. So, yes, silence. Then it is. We're talking now. First it is to be quiet. Then calmness. Then, sir, silence. So that's it. I don't know how you spend this whole day. What was the spirit within? Participants are always, with a fighting spirit because the lovely prizes are just in front. That's what my esteemed chief guest said, that I love to be one of the participants of the video rather than to be the chief guest here in this occasion. Respected principals say it's a celebration. It's not a competition. So what to celebrate? Our supreme mentor and chief guest agreed to this. The celebration can be in different forms, different formats. It can be fasting, it can be meditation, it can be. So what it is to celebrate? For me, it seems that we are here to celebrate mother's dreams, Sri Aurobindo's dreams. We are blessed to be a part and parcel of their dreams. They thought of, they dreamt of people, blessed ones like you will take forward their preachings, their teachings across the globe. So that is what we need to celebrate. Very few lines from my side. I'll conclude over 3 A's. my inspiration, my pride, the Aziz sir, and all our skills, the entire family, the team. I cherish, I love within my heart.
Thank you so much, sir.
It is 3 years. Swapna, संभावना, संकल्प. ये उन्हीं का स्वप्न था कि ऐसा ही कुछ आगे लेके चले ये इंसान जो सबके हित में हो, सब विश्व कल्याणकारी हो. That is their thought, their dreams. So what do we dream today to achieve? Fulfillment. Very nicely said by my participants. So we need to be creative, Sujanashila. We need to live a life of authenticity. Be an authentic individual. That's what it is. So when you celebrate, dreams are a part, a motivation, a target one desires to achieve, to reach. But when you see, after your research, it is possible, संभावना है, then you start celebrating, yes. If it is possible, then I can. So it is possible. I was just briefing a few words before the media. Here in Asta, it is Sikshara Mahaguna. We don't have only education for the sake of degrees. We here try to inculcate spiritualism, culture, science, human values, ethics. We carry forward their messages, a wholesome education framework to build true human beings. Those who will definitely take care of their future and the entire globe. We mean that here in Asta. So we celebrate. We celebrate the philosophy of amalgamation of all this with education, teaching, preaching, upbringing our students in next year. It's really a platform to love, to lead with. That's Asta. What I think. We were just talking in the morning. My students here in the hostel, they don't want to go back home. They feel great here. The ambience, the service, the place, the privilege that Asta provides is truly amazing. The feel of home, far from home here. They focus on what they have been into. And simultaneously, it has been a continuous effort to infuse within each one the sense of being a human being. What we saw in all these 7 rounds, wonderful topics. So that is it. To be, what do you say, having an initiative, an intuition, to build an imagination of what you dream of. Then only you can celebrate, and we love to be part of that. So once you are optimistic. You believe in that. You believe in yourself. It is possible. Sambhavana hai. Then just, it means one more is, that is sankalp, to be determined, to be serious about it, to just achieve that, nothing less. And it is possible to be a good human being along with your academic careers, good marks, wonderful degrees. It is possible to incorporate within the great human values, the teachings and preachings of Sriman and Aurobindo sir, very much within us. If Dr. Professor Jayanta Kumar Panda could do it, then just believe in yourself. We believe that you guys, you kids can do it. It's possible. Let us take an oath today. Competition is all right. That's what my secretaries have said. I see no participants here. I see all winners. So you are winners for us. And believe that you can have both and all of that along with your career building, getting good placements, positions in the society, aspiring for roaming across this globe with larger packages, but never forget to carry all the values, the spiritual, the ethics, the culture, the custom, the traditions that have made you what you are today. Just be deep-rooted. जड़ से नहीं टूटता है. जो परिवार से आए हो, जो समाज से आए हो, जिस घराने से आए हो, that is it. I see people outside the theaters crying literally with anger when they use Java. Huh? Why so late? After so many long years, that's the feeling. तब होते तो क्या कर लेते? Yes. तब होते तो I think all of us would have been Maharaja Sambhaji Bhosle. Isn't it? So believe in that. You can. You can. It has been a revolutionary change in the film industry, in the Bollywood industry today. To be searching for our roots, our truly inspiring history. That what is the soil we belong to. हम उस मिट्टी से आते हैं, उस घराने से आते हैं, उस परंपरा से आते हैं, उस संस्कृति से आते हैं, जिस पे गर्व होता है. How about if at all you are tracking this Mahakumbh, 26 को खत्म होने वाला है, पर ये in the coming centuries to come, ये बिल्कुल brand positioning हो गया, सारा दुनिया में across this globe. लोग भूलेंगे नहीं इसको. It is a history in itself. 56 plus crores of people, 10 crores, 15 crores assembled in a very single small spot, more than the population of many countries together. You are going to teach us discipline? Never dare to. We are Indians. We prove that across the length and breadth of this globe. What discipline is? Come and see Mahakumbh. Come and see our belief. We believe in ourselves. We believe in our tradition, our customs. We believe we have faith in our gods. He mean that. Never try to teach us business. Our girlfriends are enough to teach us zero investment, 40,000 profit. Antu becho, Antu. यहाँ चार बेचने वाला भी मारा मारे पता नहीं in the coming years together how many researches will be done there, how many case studies will be analyzed in how many management schools, colleges across the globe. We have created history. हम इतिहास रचाने वाले से हैं. So feel proud. I will just appeal to my participants, students. एक संकल्प संभव है. स्वप्न देखना आपका अधिकार है. You have the right to dream and check it out. It is possible. It can be blended without salt, without masala. You know how the curry fills or tastes. That goes tasteless. If you add some flavor to that. So education can be enriched with values. It has to be practiced. It's not within the four walls listening to orators like us. It's not that. It has to be deep-rooted inside and to be followed in daily lives. That is it. The culture that we are from is very, very, very scientific. Why 144 years? Every move of ours, we are rich, we are scientific. If we do a little bit of fasting sometime, someday, obvious reason behind it. अगर संक्रांति या पूर्णिमा इसको मानते हैं, तो that is a reason, very scientific behind that. The time we get up, the time we go to bed is scientific. ये नजर चाहिए, बस संभावना है. I repeat, it is possible to carry along with your education that whatever you pursue for your life, your living, never forget to carry along with you the rich tradition, custom, culture, ethics, values with you. It is possible. So take an oath. एक संकल्प करके चलते हैं यहाँ से कि we will. Yes, we can. अगर संभव है तो हम भी कर देंगे. That's it. For your oath that you have taken today, I wish all the best. Good luck. Be successful. Be a winner. Make us feel proud. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. It's a closure to day 1 of Yugma 2025. I request everyone and every participant to please report the campus at 9:30 tomorrow. The results of the GD round will be disclosed tomorrow. So with this note, thank you for your participation to Yugma 2025 day 1. We all will see you tomorrow. Thank you.
Vamos, vamos.